There is a feeling that haunts the modern working class, a sensation that no matter how hard you work, how much you save, or how many promotions you get, the goalpost keeps moving further away. Houses that were affordable for your parents are impossible for you. Stocks are at all-time highs while wages stagnate. You are running on a treadmill that is speeding up, and you are told that this is just the economy. But what if I told you that this is not an accident? What if I told you that the devaluation of your labor is a feature of the system, not a bug? There is a mechanism at play, a hidden mechanism described 300 years ago that explains exactly why the rich get richer and you stay stuck. It is called the Cantillon Effect. To understand how you are being robbed, you must first understand a lie you have been told about money. You are taught that inflation affects everyone equally, that if the government prints $1 trillion, prices rise for everyone by the same amount. This is false. Money is not like water spreading instantly across a flat surface. It is like honey being poured into a cup. It is thick, it is slow, it clumps in the center before it spreads to the edges. Richard Cantillon, an Irish-French economist in the 1700s, observed something fascinating. When new money enters an economy, it enters at a specific point. Today, that point is the central banks and the financial sector. When money is printed, it is given first to banks, large corporations, and the government. These entities get to use this new money before prices have risen. They have a superpower, purchasing power that has not yet been diluted. Think about it. An investment bank receives billions in cheap loans. They use that money to buy stocks, real estate, and luxury assets. Because they are buying with fresh money, they drive the prices of these assets up. They get wealthier. But the money doesn't stop there. It slowly trickles down. It pays for corporate jets, new offices, and executive bonuses. Eventually, years later, that money reaches you, the salary earner. But here is the trap. By the time that money reaches your bank account, the game has changed. The prices of housing, food, and energy have already risen because the rich spent the money first. You are receiving the devalued leftovers. The elite got the gold, you got the dust. This creates a permanent transfer of wealth from the last receivers of money to the first receivers of money. If you hold cash and sell labor, you are the last receiver. You are the victim of the Cantillon Effect. This explains the strange reality we live in. We see a booming stock market and a struggling middle class existing simultaneously. It explains why asset owners love inflation and wage earners hate it. The system rewards proximity to the printer. The closer you are to the source of the money, the richer you become. The further away you are, the more purchasing power is stolen from you. So why does this matter to your psychology? Because it creates a sense of helplessness. You see people on social media getting rich off speculation, crypto, and real estate, seemingly doing no real work, while you grind 60 hours a week and fall behind. This isn't because you are lazy. It is because you are playing a game where the rules of gravity apply only to you, not to them. But anger alone will not save you. You need a strategy to survive the Cantillon Effect. You cannot stop the printing, but you can change your position in the flow of honey. The first step is a paradigm shift. You must stop viewing your labor as your primary wealth generator. Labor is the asset most vulnerable to inflation. You cannot print more hours in the day, but they can print more dollars to pay for those hours. You are fighting a finite battle against an infinite enemy. You must transition from being a holder of currency to a holder of assets. Assets are the life rafts in the flood of liquidity. Real estate, stocks, commodities, Bitcoin, gold. These things rise when the money printer turns on. They float. Your savings account sinks. The wealthy know this. They do not keep their millions in cash, they keep it in things that scarcity protects. Second, understand debt. In a system of high inflation and money printing, debt changes its nature. For the poor, high-interest consumer debt is a chain. But for the rich, low-interest fixed-rate debt is a weapon. If you borrow money to buy an asset that inflates in value, while the currency you use to pay back the loan loses value, you are effectively shorting the dollar. You are using the system's corruption against itself. Third, you must educate yourself on financial history. The Cantillon Effect is not new. It happened in Rome, it happened in Weimar Germany, and it is happening now. The pattern is always the same: reckless expansion of the money supply, followed by asset bubbles, followed by the destruction of the middle class. By recognizing the cycle, you stop panicking and start positioning. The uncomfortable truth is this: the economy is not a level playing field. It is a slanted table. The money flows downhill from the printer to the people. If you stand at the bottom, you will be crushed by the weight of rising prices. But if you climb the hill, by owning assets, by understanding the game, by protecting your mind, you can capture the flow instead of drowning in it. Do not let them gaslight you into thinking your struggle is purely a lack of discipline. It is structural. But structural problems have structural solutions. Stop saving in a dying currency. Start building your own fortress of assets. The honey is flowing. Where are you standing to catch it? Subscribe to Visual Capital. We don't just watch the economy burn, we learn how to withstand the fire. Position yourself. Own the scarcity. Defeat the effect.